Welcome back for lesson number 6. Today we'll be dealing with for loops. To start off, let's go and save our file. So we're going to call it for loop.java. Save. And to start off, we're going to write our class declaration. So public class for loop curly brace indent public static void main parenthesis string with a capital S square brace args for arguments curly brace indent again. And now we've gotten to our for loop. So the syntax of our for loop is we type the word for, then a parenthesis. Then we need to create and set the loop counter. So we're going to, it's always going to be an integer. So we write int, and we're going to call ours I, set it equal to 0, and semicolon. Then the next thing that any declaration of a for loop needs, it needs a variable declaration, and then we need a condition. So I less than 10. Again, semicolon. And now we need to increment. So I plus plus. And the parenthesis and curly brace. This plus plus here is just a fancy way of saying I plus 1, or I equals I plus 1. It increments the value of I by 1. And while this is true, we want to system.out.println. We just want to print out the value of I. And now we're closing off the for loop, the main method, and the class. This should print out 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It shouldn't print out 10. I gets incremented at the end of the for loop. So it goes for, it sets I equal to 0. I is less than 10, so it comes inside this loop. It does whatever is inside. In this case, it prints out the value of I. Then it gets to this curly brace, says, okay, the for loop is complete for this time. You increment the value of I, this case adding 1 to it, and do the process all over again until you get to I equals 10. Once you get to I equals 10, this condition here is no longer true, and so it exits out of the for loop. So now let's save it again. So come over here, save, and let's come back to our command prompt terminal, and let's compile our file. So Java C, this one was called for loop.java. Compile it again, no errors, and now I want to run it. Java for loop, again no .java here, and notice that it printed out 0 through 9 each time going on to new line. And there you go. There you have it.